The Brexit dispute over Northern Ireland continues. Now the British Foreign Secretary Liz Truss is threatening to override parts of the Brexit agreement. Retailers in particular would feel this. In fact, Brexit, that means Great Britain's detachment from the European Union, took place a year ago. The whole Brexit? Nah. For a good 6 months now, Prime Minister Boris Johnson's British government has been trying to renegotiate part of the exit agreement, the part that regulates trade and customs with Northern Ireland. The so-called Northern Ireland Protocol provides that the part of Ireland, which politically at the moment belongs to Great Britain, should continue to follow the rules of the EU internal market and the customs union. This avoids a hard border with Ireland so that new tensions do not arise in the former Civil War area. However, this has created a goods border with the rest of the UK. There are restrictions in intra-British trade of goods, which is causing great hardship to British Conservatives, and thus also to the Johnson government, which is politically troubled by Brexit problems and the corona crisis. Foreign Minister Liz Truss was adamant on the Northern Ireland issue ahead of her first meeting with the EU Brexit representative Maroš Šefčovič next Thursday. She was ready to trigger the emergency clause in Article 16 of the protocol, she wrote in a guest article for the Sunday Telegraph newspaper. This would invalidate parts of the Brexit agreement between Brussels and London. Article 16 could apply if the UK gets into serious economic, social or environmental difficulties as a result of the Northern Ireland settlement, according to the text of the agreement. But we are not in a situation like this, just to make that one clear. In fact, Brexit is currently causing delivery and supply bottlenecks throughout Britain, although Northern Ireland is not as badly affected as Scotland, Wales or England due to its access to the EU internal market. It is reasonable to assume that Johnson is primarily concerned with pacifying domestic political conflicts. The so-called loyalists, Protestant conservatives in Northern Ireland, fear that their province and Great Britain will drift apart as a result of the agreement and are stubbornly lobbying to torpedo the agreement. I will not sign anything that will prevent the people of Northern Ireland from enjoying the same taxes and expenses as the rest of the UK, or that the movement of goods within our country will continue to be checked, she wrote in her post. And she wrote, I want a negotiated solution, but if we have to resort to legitimate provisions like Article 16, I'm ready to do so, said Truss. And that's a threatening gesture. After the surprising resignation of former Brexit Minister David Frost, Truss is now responsible for Britain's relationship with the EU. Most recently, the British government took the edge off the negotiations a little. But Truss, who once voted against Britain's exit from the EU, now seems to be focusing on hardship again. In addition to the threat of activating Article 16, she renewed the British call for an end to the jurisdiction of the European Court of Justice for disputes over the Northern Ireland Protocol. And that shows that it's only domestic reasons, the whole theater there, because she wants that. She knows that it won't happen. The meeting with EU Commission Vice President Šefčovič is to take place on Thursday at the Truss estate in Chevening. In an interview with the German magazine Spiegel, Šefčovič expressed himself diplomatically, but also concerned about the threat with Article 16. He said, if the British government went this way, it would be a huge setback for our relations. We have so much political and diplomatic goodwill invested to enable an orderly Brexit and find a unique solution for Northern Ireland. And they went much further than it was good. That's my opinion. The EU has stated on several occasions that it does not consider the application of the article to be justified, which I agree with, and that its use could lead to the failure of the broader Brexit deal, the Trade and Cooperation Agreement. João Vale de Almeida, EU ambassador to Great Britain, told Sky News on Sunday that it was not helpful to further agitate the issue of the triggering of Article 16. He said, we've heard this from the government before, so we are not surprised. "We are not very impressed," said the ambassador. And I am neither, and it's definitely just a show for domestic reasons and the problems that are there in the UK caused by this government. And I'll see you in my next video. Bis gleich.